Is this all you have?
Oh, we can't eat any of this. We have diverticulitis.
Couldn't you make
You remember the whiners, Doug and Wendy from Saturday Night Live in the 80s? Well, a study in 2011 showed whining is the most annoying noise ever. It distracted people and caused them to make mistakes. Experts say whining brings down the mood of everyone within earshot. It masks a deeper, more vulnerable emotion.
Are you going to let me read any of these, Larry?
Shut up. And keeps people stuck in their problem rather than working to identify a solution.
I wonder why you gave me this line. A lot of whiners don't know that they whine, but experts say more whining isn't going to help. So what do we do? Here with ways on how to get to the root of the problem is David Cunningham, a communication expert with Landmark Education. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
So
maybe you don't think you're a whiner. You just maybe talk in a tone of voice that annoys people. Is that a possibility?
That's sure possible, but it works to pay attention to what is it you're actually saying. And some of the words you use definitely turn into whining.
So let's say it's your spouse who's whining. Is the tactic to simply ignore what they're whining about, or to address it and say, hey, here's a pattern of what you've been whining about?
Well, it's both things. One is the mistake most of us make is we think we have to respond to everybody's whining when we really don't. That usually turns into an argument. It works to be like a bullfighter. You know, a bullfighter doesn't fight the bull. You just step out of the way and let it go by. So that really works.
So you're telling... does this apply to children, too? When you hear the whining, you just listen to it and let them go?
You just let it go by. And
it's easier said than done.
Well, if they keep bringing up the same thing over and over again, now, sometimes what works is to say, you know what, you've said that several times now. And then point out to them, that must be important to you, that must matter to you. And then ask them a really important question. What do you think you could do about that? And that takes their whining and turns it into action.
So you talk about a whine list. That might be one of the things to say.
I love a whine list.
What do you think you can do about that? What are some other, mechanisms that can help a whiner stop themselves before they start?
Well, the first thing is to ask yourself, why is this important to me in the first place? Whatever I'm whining about, there must be something really important to me. And when
something different than what they're whining about?
Yeah, like let's suppose you're complaining that your coworker doesn't talk to you or doesn't cooperate with you. Then what must be important to you is teamwork or partnership. So if you shift your attention from what you're complaining about to what's important to you and take action with that, that leaves you productive and brings up the mood.
You also say it's good to set 10 minutes a day aside to vent, so you won't do this. And you also should ask yourself, would I want to hang out with this person?
Yeah, would you want to hang out with yourself?
How about you?
I'm forced to.
Am I here by choice? Do you see? Do you see how it gets? They're twisted. They make the. So whining is more about just the tone of voice. It's what you're actually saying.
It's what you're saying, right? And if you really need to, just say, good, give me 10 minutes to say everything. And then you tell the person, you don't have to respond, and I'm not blaming you, I just want you to listen. And if somebody just listens to you for 10 minutes, it really either disappears or it gets clear for you what you want to do about it.
Just listen for 10 minutes. That's
if you stop talking for 10 minutes, I'd be happy to listen to you. Be quiet. On a more serious note, do you think that visiting with a psychologist is helpful for that kind of issue?
Sometimes, if it's something that you just can't deal with yourself. But again, if 1% of the quality of our life comes from the circumstances, 99% comes from how we react to them.
Yes.
And if we turn our whining into action, we really start winning in life.
No whining, winning, Larry. No
so
whining,
what he's saying
winning.
is, shut up and do your job.
Just listen, I think is what he's saying. Listen.
Could you stick around?
Sure.
You don't have to go back to Philadelphia
No.
anytime soon, do you?
No.